Hi everyone, I want to welcome you to a very magical, very special place. I've been invited today to the beautiful Trish Anderson Young's garden of Mermaids Garden, and it's just amazing. I'm so lucky. I've been here for a few hours now. I've actually been here a few times, and today we're going to have a look at her garden and have a bit of a chat. And here is the beautiful Trish. Hello Trish.
Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome to my garden. Lovely to be able to show you around this place. I've been here for 47 years actually, which is a long time. This is actually my childhood garden, and since my parents passed away I actually now live here as well, so it's like completing a cycle. So it's pretty much every plant in this garden I've either planted, my parents have planted, or I'm very connected to. And we even have four-leaf clovers, which we'll show you a little bit soon.
Oh yeah, we do. Actually I can show everybody now. Yeah, they're just
okay
here.
They grow just near the pond. There's a couple here today.
There's one.
So
Yep.
and there's another one just here as well.
Yep.
And the most we've actually had in the garden's been 8 that I've counted in one day. Just in this little patch. They just seem quite happy here. So
and it is about the fae this week. So that's a very sort of fae connected.
It is.
Little circle you've got.
We also have leprechauns and all sorts of things dancing around here.
And can you just tell everybody where we are in the world as
Where
well?
we are in the world, we're at the magical northern beaches of Sydney. Halfway between Manly and halfway between Palm Beach is a place called Longreef, and behind Longreef is Collaroy Plateau, and that's where we are. And Collaroy Plateau is this beautiful big sandstone plateau. Still has plenty of caves and beautiful rock ledges around the escarpment. Not as many as when I was a little girl, but the energy of the place is just gorgeous. And in fact, this stone here is taken from the rock under my house, and if we have a look at the sunlight you can see how it sparkles. Well, it's very much a quartz sandstone plateau, so the energy is just divine, and the water that comes up through the springs is very, very pure and gorgeous as well. So that's what makes all the garden so lush and green and happy all the time, because it's working with that gorgeous crystalline energy of quartz.
It's amazing. I wish we had sparkle vision actually. Trish.
So do I.
It doesn't really show up all that well, but it is
does.
it's just dancing in the sunlight.
It does. By moving around you can actually see he does dance around quite nicely. But I like the fact it's white and it's gold as well. So
it's just amazing.
Beautiful energy.
And what do you actually do with the flowers here? I mean, of course you love them, and but do you do anything with them?
I do. I make essences. I make flower essences primarily, and these guys here are actually part of rainbow moonbeams, for example, which is used for let me think, it's discovering who you really are. So it's a great one for tuning into your energy, the things that you need to know that you might have put in the future to bring to you now, to help you with your life journey.
And there's some of your lovely.
There are a couple of my mists that are sitting there as well. Rainbow Bridge was made in the garden from forget-me-nots.
Right.
It was made on the 11th of the 11th in 2011, and Cosmic Light was actually made from my mango tree flowers. Unfortunately, my mango tree flowers this year were all blown off with the storms earlier in the year and the hot weather. But
in those sorts of years, do you find that there are other things that come forward?
There are, like, good example, the pawpaw tree, which is standing very, very tall up the back there, has only ever flowered once in 30 years.
Whoa.
And that was the 12th of the 12th.
Okay.
So it became the 1212 Stargate essence called Soul Star.
Right.
And it had beautiful red flowers on it. So everything in this garden has served a purpose for an essence at some point, and there's even more that are still coming through now. So there's new plants being added all the time as well. And sometimes vegetables too, tomato plants. I'm actually going to make a tomato flower essence very soon when my next flowers come on that.
And what sort of, do you think about the energies that are going to be connected with these things first, or does it all come through
themselves
while you're doing the essence making?
Exactly. So I'll be sitting here, and for some reason I'll have lots and lots of messages from that flower.
Okay.
If I'm ignoring that flower, then we'll find other ways of getting in touch with me. It might turn up in an ad, it might turn up in a favourite song, but that constant message will come through, and until I actually say, all right, I'll make the essence. So that's what happens.
And this pond here, do you make essences here, or could you tell me?
Well, directly behind this wall here, when I was a little girl, Dad got us a swimming pool. And underneath here is a beautiful white sandstone rock, and he covered it with a layer of crushed granite, about that much crushed granite, and then he put concrete over the top when it was no longer a pool.
Okay.
So it's been protected all these years, and we'll actually show you that as we wander around the garden. There's a little bit of it I've excavated.
Okay.
I am planning to excavate the whole thing this year. It's a bit like an archaeological dig at the moment, and it's taking time because we have this magnificent bottle brush as well that's growing over the top of it. So I've got to be really careful of the roots of the tree as we cut away some of the ones that are over the rock.
That is a magnificent bottle brush, I have to say.
It was only meant to grow 6 to 8 feet tall. It is now 35 feet tall.
It's amazing.
And since New Year's Day, every couple of days we have a pair of tawny frogmouths come in, and they nest in or roost in the tree during the day, and they seem to be calling it home. So we're not quite sure how long they will for, but they're planning to stay for a little while, I think. But today's their off day, unfortunately. So they were here yesterday, they'll probably be here tomorrow.
And just coming back to the flowers that you... Oh, sorry,
The pond was actually made by my friend's husband.
Okay.
Brett actually made this for me. And I asked him if he could make me a frog pond. And it's very simple to do. I asked for a sandstone around the edge, and it's actually just one of those little plastic kiddies pools, you know, the clamshells.
That's just amazing.
And this has been here for, oh dear, let me think, quite some time now actually. It's been here for well over 10 years. Might even be a little bit longer. I've lost track, to tell you the truth. Actually, no, it'd be 10 years it's been here now. And it's just a gorgeous energy to it. I love just sitting down here. It just feels really peaceful and tranquil, and there's lots of frogs in here, and the birds come down here too. So anybody can make one of these in their backyard. It's not difficult. And you grow a little moss around it. And these were all brought in by the birds.
Oh, see, this is,
I didn't plant them, the birds put them in.
I was very attracted to...
grew from somewhere else in the garden.
Asking you that, yeah.
The mondo grass I planted. And
but it's all about just taking the time, the patience, and waiting to see what comes up as well.
You never quite know what's going to appear. And yeah, like I said, these were growing here when I very first moved into the house. And I hadn't seen them since my childhood. And then probably about 12 months after Brett put the pond in for me, we suddenly started getting these appearing from nowhere. And I thought maybe they were from when I was a child, and then I realised, no, they're not. It's just the fact there's water here again.
Yes.
Because originally there was a little bit of a pond underneath the rock that hung over. So, yeah, it's a really peaceful place to sit. And I quite often sit here and write and do all sorts of things out here. So I've been known to sit here with my laptop as well and make the essences out here. And, yeah, it's just really peaceful and relaxing. So can we have a little wander around as well? And we could stay here forever.